Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 3. I believe this is going for 4 issues. And it's been an interesting book. I haven't loved it, and I've kind of said that with every issue. And maybe it's because, like, they're just short stories, and it's clearly writers doing a paycheck. Just like, yeah, I could tell a Moon Knight story based on the character, so that's kind of fun. This issue, I enjoy a lot of the aspects of it, but I don't think it's my favorite. I think it's got some really good writers. It's got a lot of my favorite writers, actually. But I don't know if I'm really, like, digging the issue. And the more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, actually, maybe I do. Maybe I think this is my favorite. So we have Wrong Turn by Erica Schultz and David Lopez. We have No Empty Sky by Jim Zub and Jibril Morissette-Fan. And we have Astronauts by Ann Nesenti, Stefano Raphael, and Chris Sotomayor. And, okay, starting off this review, I was like, maybe I don't like it. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, do I? I might. I don't know. It's okay. Let's get into it. We'll start with Wrong Turn. This is kind of a fun one. It's really lighthearted in comparison, which I do enjoy. Couple of people bank rob a bank store. I don't know what a bank store is, but you get it. They rob a bank. They get into a taxi cab. Who's the driver? Is Jake Lockley. And what happens next is just Jake and Moon Knight talking to themselves in the mirror, getting into a high-stakes chase, taking the guys down. And it's very fun and cute. It's simple. And this is where I'm like, yeah, that's the kind of thing I want to see from these stories. Just like a nice, easy breezy story where things just work perfectly. You know, Jake and Moon Knight just goof around. We don't have to explain the dialogue. We just show up, tell the story, beat up some bank robbers, and save the day. And I think that's really cool. I do enjoy that. So this issue, it's very fun and very creative. I'm digging what this one did. The artwork is solid. The colors are pretty good. It is a little more loose. It does remind me a little bit of the book from last issue where it's like the guys in the diner. It's got that kind of art style. But I dig it. What I'm really liking about this book is how it just like interprets the different personalities really well. Like this issue in particular, I think is doing it very strongly. So Wrong Turn, nice breezy issue. I like it. And then we come to No Empty Sky, which is from Jim Zub. And yeah, this is kind of more like your classic story of Moon Knight. It's very intense. So he is infiltrating a cult, and he is talking to Khonshu on his quest. Khonshu, again, aggravating him to the point where he's probably going to snap and yell at Khonshu. But he's solving the crimes, doing the good deeds. The artwork looks very old school. It's got like a really like 80s vibe to it, which I kind of dig. It's very fun. But again, it's like the modern stylings we're seeing for people like Khonshu and Moon Knight. So that's kind of cool to see. They come to this sacrificial pillar where they're about to stab a girl in the heart. Moon Knight comes in and stops her. And suddenly there's like a weird sword that kills all the people around them. And as Mark is standing over this girl, you see Khonshu is like, now you put the mark of the moon on her forehead because I need her for the war that could be coming, you know? It's like this. This is a very strong idea that I like. Mark is pretty much branding this girl to become one of Khonshu's people later on in her life. And he is like, well, she should have the chance to choose that path herself. I don't like the idea of having to do that. Like, I had the choice. Why doesn't she get the same? It's like, there is no empty sky, Mark Specter. Gods outlast the fleeting lives of mortals, and there must always be another vessel ready to pick up the mantle and carry out the moon's will. It's kind of intense. It's like, yeah, but Khonshu is a dick, so that is something he would do, so I can get behind that part happening. I like that enough. And Mark reluctantly decides he'll put the mark on the girl. She wakes up and is like, hey, are you a hero? He's like, I guess so. Guess I kind of am. The closest thing you're going to find this side of the Mississippi. So it's cool. I like it. It has some vibes like the Tomb issue from last issue, where it's like this intense idea of what Moon Knight represents, this guy who's probably just a one-man crusade of insanity. That's kind of fun. Then we get Astronauts from Ann Nesenti, and I was really surprised to see her name appear on here. Don't know why, I just like, okay, there's a name you don't see every day. And this is probably my least favorite drawn issue. It's this thing where, again, it's mainly because of the colors, it all blends into one thing. Because you are doing all this stuff, the red doesn't become a main focus. So basically this story is, Moon Knight is in space with this person named Zest, and this person named Gem. They are trying to turn the moon into a gas station, and they want to use Moon Knight to promote it because moons and moons and moons and stuff, and it's really silly. They kind of like go on a crash course, and they start to spin out while they're in space, and it's very like fun and just creative, and like, yeah, let's just have a good time and roam around, get some weird looking space people. It's cute enough. We do get the flashback where this guy, Jem, who's now painted to be this evil villain, sabotaging everything so Mark would die in space. He's talking to all the different personalities in their different vehicles. I like this scene because it's like, okay, Steven's in the convertible, Jake is in the taxi, Mark is in like a dune buggy, Moon Knight is like in a weird like straight jacket, and then Mr. Knight's just like there. And then they kind of stabilize everything. They take out Jem. And then for some reason, Moon Knight starts to flirt with the girl Zest. And you're like, oh, that's cute and fun. Why is that happening? Don't ask questions, but cool. This book, this whole series, like I know what like Black, White, and Blood are supposed to be. So my expectations are already just tempered a little bit. And that's okay. I just feel this is it's just cute. You know, this issue in particular, now that I'm thinking about it, it's not the worst one they've done. I think there was like the Hickman one still was, that Hickman story is the worst one they've done. But I just don't know about this book anymore. Maybe I am just being too modest and I'm just like, yeah, it's whatever. Or maybe I just genuinely don't care about the Black, White, and Blood stuff. I do think it's fun though. You know, giving different artists and different writers the chance to just tell a story. And I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible. You understand why Jed McKay's on the actual book. If that makes sense, you understand that. So yeah, that's fun. Out of these three, I think my favorite is probably Wrong Turn, just because it's really simple and kind of creative. But I don't hate any of them. It's just whatever, you know? It's just like a simple book about whatever. So that's kind of an interesting area to explore. There you go. Check it out if you want. It is something to do, something to look at. It's creative enough. So Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood, issue number 3. I'm going to give a 6 out of 10. Now, thank you guys for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.